Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn how to make a lighter version of the Starburst Granny Square. So this is how it will look like, and it is much lighter. The fabric is much lighter than the traditional Starburst Granny Square. For this you'll need a yarn of your choice. I'm using 100% cotton yarn for this video, and a hook. I'm using a 3mm hook for this video. So to begin with, we'll make a slip knot. You can watch all these basic stitches in my beginner series. Now we'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we'll insert a hook in the very first chain and we'll yarn over and pull through the yarn from that first chain, and we'll also pull it through the 5th chain. So we'll get a ring over here. Now we'll chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. So this chain 3 here will be counted as our first double crochet. Now we'll make 11 more double crochets in that same ring. So we'll insert a hook in that ring and we'll yarn over, pull through, and then we'll yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and we'll again yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So we'll make 11 more double crochets in this same ring. So even if you don't know how to make a double crochet, I have a separate video for the same. You can watch my beginner series. I'll link it in the description box below. So in a traditional Starburst Granny Square, you're actually required to make 16 double crochets in that ring, but as we are making a lighter version, we are only making 12 such double crochets. So now we have made this 11th double crochet. Now we'll count the stitches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we have 12 double crochets including that chain 3. Now we'll insert a hook in the 3rd chain of the chain 3 and we'll yarn over, pull through, and we'll make a slip stitch here. So this is how our 12 double crochets in the ring should look like. Now we'll chain 3 and we are going to make a puff stitch in each of the gaps between the 2 double crochets. We'll yarn over and we'll hold that yarn on a hook and we'll insert a hook in the gap between the 2 double crochets and pull through. So now we have 3 yarn strings on a hook. Now we'll yarn over and we'll pull through all the 3. And now we'll chain 1. So this is going to be our first puff stitch. Now we'll chain 1 again. We'll again yarn over, we'll hold the yarn on the hook, we'll insert it between the next 2 double crochets, yarn over again, we'll again have 3 strings, we'll again hold all of them and we'll yarn over one more time and insert a hook in the gap and yarn over again. Now we'll have total of 5 such strings on a hook, and now we'll yarn over and pull through all the 5 and we'll chain 1. So this is our second puff stitch. So we'll have 12 such puff stitches. Now we'll chain 1 again, and we'll repeat the process in all the gaps between the double crochets. We'll again have 5 loops. We'll yarn over and pull through all the 5. We'll chain 1 again. So this is how it'll look. We'll chain 1 again, and we'll do this in all the 12 gaps. So in a traditional Starburst Granny Square, you actually have a much thicker or a much puffier puff stitch, but as we are making a lighter version, we have even altered this stitch and we have made it a little thinner. So here we have made our last puff stitch. After that, we'll chain 1, and now we are going to insert our hook in the top of the first puff stitch. So we'll insert our hook in the top of the first puff stitch here, and then we'll yarn over and we'll pull through, and we'll make a slip stitch over here. So this is how a circle should look like with 12 puff stitches. So now for the next round, we are going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now we are going to yarn over the hook and insert our hook in the gap in between the 2 puff stitches. We'll pull through the string and we'll yarn over and pull through 2 of the strings. Now we'll have 2 loops on our hook. We'll again yarn over, insert it between the 2 puff stitches and pull through. We'll again pull through 2 of the strings. We'll again have 3 loops. We'll do this one more time. Again we'll pull through 2 of the strings. Now we'll have 4, and we are going to do this one more time. So we'll pull through 2 of the strings. So in total we should have 5 loops on our hook. We'll yarn over and pull through all the 5, and we'll chain 1. So this is our first cluster stitch. So this is known as a cluster stitch. We'll chain 2 and we'll do this again in the second gap. So we'll have 2 more loops again. Again we'll pull through the gap, we'll yarn over, pull through 2, we'll have 3, we'll again yarn over, pull through 2, we'll pull through 2, so at the end we should have 5 loops on our hook, and we'll yarn over and pull through all the 5 loops, and we'll chain 1. So this is how a cluster stitch is made. So we are going to make a cluster stitch between each of the 2 puff stitches. So we'll have a total of 12 cluster stitches. So as you might have guessed, in a traditional Starburst Granny Squares we actually have 16 cluster stitches, but here, as we are making a lighter version, we are making it 12. Now I'll fast forward the video and I'll meet you at the end of the 12 cluster stitches. So here I am making a lighter version of the traditional Starburst Granny Square, as I wanted to make a top out of it and I didn't want it to be very chunky or very bulky. A traditional Starburst Granny Square is actually very chunky and it is usually used in making blankets or sweaters. I'll also be showing you how to make a traditional Starburst Granny Square on my channel. So I'll soon upload a video for the same, and I'll also be uploading a video for how to make a top out of this lighter version of the Starburst Granny Squares. So do subscribe to my channel for more such videos, and also press the bell icon so that you'll be notified next time I upload a video. Now we're going to make our last cluster. So for that we'll just make 3 because this chain 6 is going to be counted as our first cluster. So we'll make 3 clusters now. So this is 1, 2, and a third one. Now we'll have 4 loops on our hook. So we'll yarn over the hook and pull it through all the 4 loops, and we'll chain 1. Now we'll insert our hook in the 4th chain of that chain 6. And we'll make a slip stitch. So this is how it will look like once it's done. So it will be nice and round. So now this is a circle here and we are going to turn it into a square. So for that we'll chain 3 and this chain 3 will be counted as our first double crochet. Now we are going to make stitches in that gap. We'll yarn over and insert our hook in the gap and make 1 double crochet over there, and we are going to make a second one as well. So this is the first set of our 3 double crochets. Now we'll chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. And we're again going to make a set of 3 double crochets in that same gap. So this is our first double crochet and this is our second double crochet, and we'll make a third one. So this is forming an edge. It has started forming an edge already for our square. Now we'll chain 1 and we'll make 3 half double crochets in that next gap. So we'll yarn over, pull through all the 3 loops. So we'll yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. So we're going to make 3 half double crochets here, and now we'll chain 1 and make another 3 half double crochets in the next gap. So if you don't know how to make half double crochets, I have a separate video for the same and you can go watch my basic series. Now we'll chain 1 and we'll make 3 double crochets in that next gap. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll chain 3 again. Now this chain 3 is going to be our second edge, and now we'll make a set of 3 double crochets in that same gap. So once done, here the two edges should look like this. Now we'll repeat the process. We'll chain 1 and we are going to make 3 half double crochets in the next gap, and then we'll again chain 1 and we'll make 3 half double crochets in the next gap. After that, we'll chain 1 and we are going to make a set of 3 double crochets, chain 3 and a set of 3 double crochets again in the third gap. So this is how we'll continue making a square. I'll meet you at the end of this row. So here in the last gap, we'll be making 3 half double crochets. 1, 2 and 3. Now we'll chain 1 and we are going to insert a hook in the third chain of that first chain 3, and we'll make a slip stitch here. So this is how it will look once the square is formed. So now we are going to make a border of double crochets around this square. For that, we'll first chain 3 and after chaining 3, we are going to make a double crochet in each of the stitches. So this is going to give us a nice and thick border. So in the edge, what we are going to do is in the first chain of our edge, we are going to insert a hook in that very first chain and we are going to make a double crochet over there. In the second chain of the edge, we are going to make a double crochet in that chain itself, and then we are going to chain 3 and we'll make one more double crochet in that very chain. So this is going to help us maintain the edge of our square even when we do the border. And in the third chain, we'll again make one double crochet. Now again, as usual, we are going to make a double crochet in each of the stitches. So we'll continue doing this till we reach the end of our double crochet row. So here we are at the end of our border. Now we'll insert a hook in the third chain of that chain 3 which we have made initially, and we'll make a slip stitch here. Once done, it should somewhat look like this. Now we are again going to make a border of a single crochet here. So for that we are going to chain 1 and we are going to make a single crochet in each of the chains. So in all of the stitches we are going to make a single crochet, including the edges. So this is how it will look like once it's done. Thanks for watching my video. If you do like my video, please give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Happy crocheting!